thank you to everyone who has submitted topics. This is from Gabby N. How much money do you think Catching Fire will gross at the box office? Do you think it will end up being the #1 film of the year like the Wall Street Journal predicted?
How much did it make on opening weekend? I don't remember the first one.
Well, I know it made 406 overall, I think it was.
I'm
Googling
Box
it
Office
right
Mojo.
now.
Here we come.
While you guys look that up, I think it will gross more than the first film. And it probably will end up being the #1 film of the year. I can't think of another film. I can't think of none of the films that have come out so far this year, I think, would, beat it. And I don't think any of the films slated to come out will.
How did Avengers do? I think
Avengers did do better. Avengers did do better than the Hunger Games. The Hunger Games had just in case you're wondering, it was 152,535,000 opening weekend.
That's a lot of money.
And it's superb. And it was overall domestic was 408 million, which is phenomenal for a non-sequel. The one area where The Hunger Games did not quite do as well as some other movies, and this is where I'm really looking for it to do better this time around, is in the foreign market, which is, by the way, I don't know if you all have been following this, but apparently movie studios, I was reading about this, have been completely altering their strategy and tailoring their stuff much less towards America and now more towards China.
Yeah, I heard
the
last Iron Man movie. They filmed scenes specifically for the Chinese market and put it in the Chinese cut of the film. So yeah, they're filming whole
Iron Man 3 made 407, and that's less than the Hunger Games did, right?
What made 407?
Iron Man 3.
Oh, yeah. They lost by 1 million. So go Hunger Games. But Avengers did really, really well, which is fine. That was technically a sequel, though. That's the difference. Sequels on the Avengers did 623 million.
Wow.
In case anyone did. But to give you a difference of the way it worked on the foreign market, Avengers did 888 million foreign, whereas the Hunger Games only did 283. So that's what I was saying. They have ground to make up on the international market. But I expect that with the word that's out there, it will do better internationally. My concern about the domestic is, it's not that I don't think Catching Fire is going to do very, very well, and you would think a sequel would do better. My concern would be is that the Hunger Games was such a phenomenon, and so many things broke right for it to make that 408 million, that it may be a difficult hurdle to reach again, just because the circumstances were so perfect. No competition for 3 or 4 weeks in a row for it. The time it came out, and a lot of buzz that was generated right at that moment. In Thanksgiving time, there is going to be competition, but there are also more moviegoers. My guess is I think it will do about the same, maybe a little better, but I don't think it's a guarantee. Domestic, but I think it'll do way better foreign. That's my prediction.
I don't know. I mean, I would think the quality of movie would speak to it too. And I mean, you guys know my problems with the first movie, and Hunger Games is my favorite book. But I mean, based off the trailer, Catching Fire looks better. So I don't know. I feel like a lot of the first movie's success came from repeat viewings, and I feel like if the movie is better, they'd get even more repeat viewings than the first movie. So
I'm glad you like the first book the most too, Crystal. I was just gonna say we've got a band together, first book lovers. Anyway, go ahead, Savanna.
I totally forgot what I was going to say. Oh, I think also a lot of fans came on board after the Hunger Games left theaters. I've noticed and encountered a lot of people who discovered it later on, like they rented the DVD or they got the DVD or they saw it on Netflix or whatever and kind of discovered it a bit late. And so I think the audience has only grown since last March. So I think that really bodes well. I mean, the Facebook page has so many likes now. It's crazy. I think it's almost, isn't it like 9 million likes
Yeah, do you guys remember the episode where we were like worrying whether Hunger Games was going to break 100 million?
No, I blocked
No, that was a legitimate worry though, because
yeah,
there's a very fine line.
Yeah.
If there's a little less buzz, a movie could make 50 million instead of 300. It's really amazing how that works.
Well,
look at the host,
right? I mean, yeah, exactly.
You know, we said the same thing. The host did so badly, and look at how that, like, people probably thought at least that it would do something like Twilight.